Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's at skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-3028-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Oh, that was a gift?
I mean,
That's the only thing we have today?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
One in the coffee.
You okay with milk? All right, he was banning milk. You just need soy milk? Or almond milk or whatever?
Sure, I don't have to go through that trouble, though.
Yeah, it's not trouble though. It's just a cup of milk. I mean, a bottle of milk. I can buy that from Mark's. It's not troublesome, sir.
You shaking your head already?
Not for why you think. Give it a try.
Okay.
Straight up.
Do you guys have any indicators on how long you put your cookie in?
I watched the
Boy, that's yours.
We need a timer.
Your bitch done.
When the bubble game slow down, I take it out.
See, I don't know, because yours is warm, right?
Well, yeah, for people who don't know, which is everyone who
Doesn't know.
doesn't know, and for people who don't care, which is everybody, because why would you? I'm trying to get away from dairy, so I'm dunking my cookie in coffee. It was warm coffee, not hot coffee, thank God, because I burned my fingers getting it.
Sometimes sticking your fingers in is worth it. I should have had some warm. My shit never got soft in there.
It's not a Hydrox. Remember that? It's like throwing an edible life raft in milk. You think that was Hydrox's downfall? Like it wouldn't get soft in milk like Oreo did? Apparently, that's the difference maker, it seems.
Hydrox also had a flavor that was it was different enough that you could notice it. Like I don't know, some kind of vegetal flavor.
I would say their biggest downfall is their name. It's not
You
really
hate the
fighting.
name.
I mean, they the OGs of this though.
You think it's intimidating? Like it would be a supervillain's name?
Like,
Sounds
can you
medicinal.
imagine being a kid and like, I want to run home. I want Hydrox. It sounds
I'm
like
sure they
poison.
did.
Probably in the 30s, 40s, 50s. That was the move.
Yeah, Hydrox, eh?
What's up, people? Stays Country Milk episode 258.
We're trying cookies.
We're trying cookies.
Again.
Limited edition Rocky Road Trip. Oh, Oreo.
I didn't notice that trip.
Oreo artificially flavored cookies with marshmallow bits and Rocky Road flavored cream with soy nut inclusions.
Is that a warning or is that a selling point?
Soy nut. Is that what the little sticky shit is? It's hanging in my teeth.
No, that's
That's the
marshmallow.
marshmallow. The soy nut is meant to give you that nutty kind of flavor that comes in Rocky Road ice cream
I'm pretty sure.
without giving you nuts because people are so allergic to tree nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then on top of that,
allergic to soy.
the consistency of the marshmallows that way, probably because they didn't put gelatin in it.
Correct.
Yeah, it's real rough and sticky.
It's very much like cereal marshmallows. The marshmallows you get your Lucky Charms and the like. It's a fine cookie,
What?
but I hate that fine cookie shit. When it comes to these things, I like these when they come through out the gate with some low like, yo. And this is just it's fine. It's tasty. It's sweet. I like the texture of it fine, but it's fine. And that don't really fly my cat.
To me, it's like a 3.25.
That's inaccurate. That's
Yeah, like it didn't wow me in any way.
We told them early. That's
Yeah,
but
it didn't disgust me. Well, it's because that's how I'm going to describe it. It didn't disgust me in any way other than like the marshmallow sticking in my teeth a little too much.
Yeah, I get that right now. I got one in the
I
back
could see
of
it
my...
like when you open your mouth. Yeah, I had to pry it off. It was like it had molded to the top of my tooth, so I had to like jar it.
It's not a date cookie, that's for sure, because like you don't want to be like, baby.
This is
and you're making like contortions to try to get...
this a long-term relationship cookie. Y'all
Tell me about yourself, baby, as I look like I'm having a stroke.
But you know what it does do? Let me at least show some love in this regard. Tastes like Rocky Road. I actually kind of wouldn't mind putting them in the freezer or the
I never
fridge.
had Rocky Road before, so
The freezer or the fridge to see if it really hits like that.
I really liked it.
That's dope.
I was so like, wow.
I'm not disgusted by it. I'm not hating on it at all. I'm just like, that's fine.
You know what? It's the damn expectations. I gotta stop doing it. Like, I went into this one like, and then I really liked it.
Wow.
I did the same thing to the Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts had like a coffee creations, and one of them was Rocky Road, and it was their best coffee creation, and they haven't brought it back. They replaced it with pistachio, which
we all know. Actually, you like pistachio, did you not?
I did like pistachio. It's better as a thin. I can see it being a problem as a regular cookie.
it's a thick.
My man.
Yeah, but I enjoyed this. I would give it a 4.25.
I'd give it a 4. It was good. It was. I've never had Rocky Road cereal or ice cream. I came in as a blank slate. I dunked it in milk, put it in my mouth, chewed, swallowed. Didn't get sick like last time. So.
What was the cookies last time? It was
a strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Which I had high expectations for, and low likability. I gotta go blank slate.
And though I very much enjoyed those and spoke highly of them, never went and ate any more of them. Which you know is telling of a cookie. But what was the one? The peanut butter pie ones? Had a whole nother pack of them bitches at the house.
I have since. I still have some at home.
Peanut butter pie?
No, the caramel corn.
Okay.
That has been my favorite of this year so far. Like, that motherfucker's good.
This might be my favorite of the year.
I don't know.
Wait, I gave something higher though. Damn, I can't remember what it was. It couldn't have been that memorable then.
You need a notebook.
Oh, peanut butter pie. Really
Yeah,
liked.
peanut butter pie was really, really good.
I started to steal the sign when I was at Walmart last night. They have a new Oreo.
You steal the peanut butter Oreo sign?
Yeah, it's a peanut. It was just peanut butter. The peanut butter ones it's the Oreo of the month, and I was gonna steal that sign. I might still steal it. I have it for our show, but then yet again, it's not like we got a fucking studio where we keep this shit in.
We can take pictures and put them on Instagram.
I could just take a picture of it instead of stealing it. Really, I guess.
I wish I had Instagram back in the day. I would have been able to prove to people that I stole a neighborhood watch sign.
Oh,
Yeah, nothing like having proof of your crimes. Don't do that.
That's true. I get busted one day, or like something happens where I say something like, "Oh, he can't serve his community. He hates Trump supporters," and like there's a picture of me with the neighborhood watch sign.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I do hate Trump supporters.
So you 3.25 for you? All right, I considered it, and because it is so Rocky Road light, that upped its score for me to 3.5. A fine cookie, you'd be just okay to go. You'd be fine to go get some and give it a test.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I didn't find any difference between eating the regular style, eating the deconstructed style, eating the dunk style.
Yeah. For once, this cookie was. I feel it was consistent across the board in the ways we test them, which is for those who don't know, maybe new to the script. We try the cookie straight up. We try the cookie just the cream, and the cookie dunked in milk. So we have an idea of how all these flavors and profiles work out for us.
Yeah, so if you're pressed for time, you can just shove the cookie in your mouth one after the other without having to fuck around and feel like you're missing out on something. Why that situation would come up, I have no idea.
Who am I to deny these people their cookie existence? That is.
I'd have another one if I wasn't on a diet.
All right, well, you eat better, and then there you go. And as always, I'll take these back to work and give them to my cube neighbor.
Yeah, Marcus is here today too.
Oh, well, there you go.
I seen her purse. I didn't actually see her.
then I got people who I can send them on their way with, which always works out well for me. That way I'm not dragging cookies home.
Scum will be right back after these messages.
You ever see a product on the shelf and wonder how was that? Well, you have to wonder no more, because we at Skim will bring you
We tried.
no longer do you have to say, was that soda good? Because
We tried it for you.
you ever see those brand new fries at Taco Bell and then think, I won't waste my time.
Damn, those were delicious.
Those were damn good. What about that naked chicken chalupa, the new spicier edition? We tried it.
How was it?
It was pretty good.
I was curious, and I haven't had it.
I enjoyed it. If you're looking for some entertainment,
The way that only we can provide, who else out there do you know that can compare Oreos to bad sex? No one, that's who.
nobody. Like Keith Sweat, nobody, baby.
Who can review you like me?
Nobody.
Who can tell you what we eat?
Nobody. You can find that on our newly established Patreon. You go to Patreon / Stays Crunchy and Milk. And that's Crunchy with a K.
Make sure you throw a .com in there so you don't get lost in the neighborhood.
And now back to Skip.
So I've been dying to make a show with y'all for reasons these two are aware of. I think you kind of are aware of, but still. I want to talk to y'all about witnessing my son to develop what appears to be a relationship. I'm not going to oversell it or whatever, and I don't want to whatever, but it's been interesting as a father to watch, interesting as a father to kind of to talk about it. And so I guess I will spin you a yarn, and then my gentleman, of course, will chime in the various advice they've given me, and you have advice that you might have to give me. We went to Chicago for Pokemon Go Fest 2018. It was great if you're a fan of Pokemon. Had a great time in Chicago. While there, we stayed with some friends at an Airbnb. The friend has a daughter around my son's age. My son is a jocular, funny-ass dude, and he hit it off with that girl immediately. So much so that she was like, yo. She was like just straight in there with him off and go. Which I guess I should have picked up on, but I didn't. I just thought, okay, my kids are friendly, and did nothing with it in my mind. But we get back the night of the event, and it's like we've been walking for like 9 hours and all around Lincoln Park and so forth. And so I was just done, straight up cash, man. After that, and the people we stayed with, they didn't get tickets to the event, but they were like, "Fuck, we want Chicago, and we'll just have a good time in Chicago." And they were at the Navy Pier in Chicago, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll meet up at Navy Pier after. We'll just watch fireworks. They do fireworks all the time." And it was on the menu. We were talking about maybe, but by the time it was all said and done, I couldn't have got up out the chair again to save my life. But our friend's kid is like, super disappointed about it. I'm like, really? Like, what the? Because it turns out she told her mom she kind of dug my kid. I was like, get the fuck out of here. You like my kid. Well, that's funny.
Also, shout out to those. How do you shout out that often? This sounds weird coming out of my mouth.
Hey,
shout out to those parents for being like approachable on that. I never told my parents
that you like somebody.
Yeah.
So and
I mean, is that unusual, or are they the unusual ones? I don't know.
But I was like, look at it, and so I just kind of observed and reported the rest of the day. We ended up basically just going our separate ways, but not really. The next day, we kind of hung for just a bit, and both of us went to downtown Chicago. They were going to see Hamilton, and we were going to go see Willis Tower and the Bean and all those things, touristy things in Chicago. But when it was all said and done, we ended up meeting back up again and having dinner together, and they hung out, and I was like, okay, I guess I can see this now. So when I get home, the next day was my daughter's birthday, and I was like, I want to come through, eat some cake for my kid's birthday, blah, blah. And they did, and so you're over there, so you saw the girl. I don't know if you recognized that.
No, I did not.
It was a lot of people there, and you were observing two kids who was wilding out.
I told you my kids were bad.
No. Well, the baby gets no bad on her. She can't be bad. She's a baby.
You're a bad baby.
And your son wasn't being bad. He was just being rambunctious. He gets a pass, except for when he jumped off the couch and I really thought he was about to kill himself. His uncle was I was so like,
he does love to jump off shit.
Dude, it's just he did it within such a small bit of area that I was like, he was about to fuck his face up on this hard-ass wood table.
Well, not to derail the conversation, but like you could see why, like, I get a little frustrated with him, and then I'm easy to forgive him because at the end he's being all loving and gave every single person a hug on his way
before
out
he left the door. Like you too.
And not even like a reluctant hug, like like running out, like, arms stretched, like he hasn't seen you in years.
Hey, and
Was he patting you down for a lighter?
didn't seem like it.
He does like fire.
Who doesn't? I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
they hung out. They stayed over kind of latish and kicked it. They went up and sat upstairs in his room and watched YouTube. They hung out with my daughter. I was like, okay, because I'm aware of it now. I'm
I
looking
can't
at
remember
it.
which girl that was. If you told me a name, what difference would it make, though?
Was it that many girls there?
No,
I'm
it was
terrible at names.
it was literally 3 in total, counting my daughter and her one friend. So guess what? It's the other one.
Okay, I think I know which one.
little blonde girl in a hat, kind of tomboyish.
That was a girl?
No, that's Lily's friend.
Hey.
Lily. So the other one.
Okay. Okay. Man, you don't besmirch the girl in the tomboy.
No, I didn't know if tomboy was actually an appropriate term anymore. Now, when I said it, I was like,
Is it offensive to Toms?
Tomboys grow up thick, so it's appropriate.
I'm just unsure if that's an okay turn of phrase to use.
They play baseball and get them.
Yeah, shit. I was
palms.
always into the tomboys.
They're the cooler girls. They were like, look, I'm gonna come play, and I'm like, sweet, I'm all about this play.
I can kiss you and double dribble with you. Play double dribble. Sounds good to me.
So next day I come in, I talk to these.
Still
folks.
getting hacked in 1-on-1 though.
I don't care. She can play hard defense on me.
And
No, I'm saying she's getting hacked.
Oh,
you gonna get that? Oh, I didn't mean to brush across your boobies.
That is not what I meant. I meant if she drives to the hoop, her arm's getting hit.
Oh, you gonna try to hit the ball?
If we playing, we playing.
All right. Okay, love basketball.
I respect that.
But so I got the next day, taken aback by all of this. This is really kind of like, yo, this is happening. That's wild to you, man. So I immediately go to these two because they're my consigliaries in this life. They come, but anyway. And I'm like, all right, I clearly need to properly address this. What advice would y'all wish y'all folks gave y'all about this whole dating? And I don't even want to say that because that's not what's happening. It's that, you know what I'm saying? It's that early in the game, we go together type
what
shit.
Advice would my parents give me that they didn't give me? Well, any. But I don't know, man. What am I going to give to you that Anthony's not already going to cover?
No.
And better than I
question
would.
is, what would you have wanted? That's my whole thing. What information about all of this would have helped in the long run? Would help would maybe help even now in your mind. Like, fuck, if I would have known this, I could have zigged or zagged.
Shit, it's bad advice.
Whilst
but,
you consider it, then you consider.
I got one though.
All right, hit me.
Don't fall too hard. Don't get too attached.
Right?
see, that's the thing, though. Like with any situation, some people never recover from certain things. Some people do. Like you have to literally, just like what the advice I would give him is, this experience with this woman is not going to be the same one you have with the next one. Just be in the moment. Be in every moment. Because
that's actually better. See, I told you.
because every woman's different. Like if you like, just think about everybody at the table. Just think about the last woman they were with, and think about the woman they're with now. If you did all the same things you did with that person that you do with the person you with now, would that work?
I don't think my wife would appreciate like dollars for tips. So
You know what? I don't know. Maybe she will one night. Just one night, you just come home.
thank you, dear. And just like
No, don't even do that. Just like turn on some music, turn off the lights, and throw some oils at her and see what happens. I know I can probably.
I'd have to get them out of her purse because she takes all my money.
That's funny.
I'm just joking, dear. If you ever hear this, you probably won't. If this ever gets back to you through a friend.
But you get what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't work.
Oh, but the reason I say don't fall too hard, it's not because like I'm still to this day like, oh, that girl, oh no. It's like I think about how I reacted after it ended, and I'm like, ugh, that's embarrassing.
But
that's just, I gotta let that go. But it's like, ugh, God, I wish I'd have taken that better.
okay, so with that being said, you see your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have just like maintained that, you would just be fucking up the whole way around. But now that you know, it's like, hey, I shouldn't do that again.
Okay.
Like you have to take it within yourself. Like I know this is something a lot of women complain about. I told you to buy me flowers. I told you to buy me flowers. And then you break up with them and you buy your next girl flowers. And she like, well, why you doing that for her? Well, it's in me now. I know to do it. When you were doing it, it was kind of like you were fucking nagging about it, and it's not natural anymore. Mm-hmm. Like if you keep on saying, how can I surprise you?
I think it's along the lines of you have to do the experiences. You can't prepare for everything.
Right.
Like experience is the best teacher. So advice isn't always going to be the end all be all. Sometimes you just got to live it. Whatever happens, happens.
My best advice would just be like, you know, I'm always going to tell my boys never date a woman who doesn't masturbate, and just if you need something, I'll be there for you. Other than that, like, I don't think neither one of my sons are going to have trouble with women at all. Like, we were at Dunkin' Donut drive-thru last night. Hey, girl. I'm like, come on, man. That's first of all, that's rude.
Your son cat called already.
Yeah. And then,
fuck you, bitch.
he didn't say that. And then,
You ain't playing with my Hot Wheels.
and then the other, so one person took the order. I guess they were in there talking about the boys because another girl bought the bag. He's like, hey, it's another one. I was like, this is never gonna be any trouble.
All right, what's some of the advice you said? Share. I want you to share with the listeners what you share with me. What advice you had hoped would have been? What you wish as an adult?
What I told you was there wasn't really any advice that I would have wanted for the start of a relationship. I would have just wanted advice on how to handle it when there was no more relationship. Mm-hmm. The fall is what I would have wanted help with.
Which both of y'all seem to come to agree with.
Yeah, you know, let me edit my advice. I'm not going to I didn't mean to take away from lunch. I'll get back to him. I just want to, before I want to edit it to not fall so hard from don't fall so hard to don't let them see you hurt, I guess. I would just if she breaks up, you should be, dying inside. You save that for home. You say, all right, I'll see you later.
I think sometimes being vulnerable is a good thing. Get you head. I mean,
you sound like you were starting off going somewhere deep with that, and ended with it gets you head.
I was
not deep.
Yeah, real deep. But, I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like if you approach it honestly, I feel like if you're always who you are and always be like, well, you try to I feel like when you try to hide it, if she hurts you, she hurts you. Just let it go, and it'll never when you bust a Coca-Cola in the freezer.
Yeah.
That should get every fucking where. But if it busts in the appropriate place where you can just clean it up easy, you'll never have to worry about it.
That's what I mean. Save it till you get at home.
Don't say that shit till you get home. Say look, I'm not happy. Just try to be honest all along the way, and you won't get hurt as much.
I acted way too hurt. But I do what I usually do when I get hurt. I get angry and I just yelled at her. So I was like, oh, that's what I didn't do. I just should have played it cool. That's okay. We're young. I'll see you on the flip side. Something like that.
Always be nice to one of her friends. Because her friend does tell you, girls do talk about penis size with each other. And when one breaks up, she's like, well, can I have a chance with him now? And then you could have just banged her friend too.
See, it's just why he's the go-to. But then, did you have something else towards the end?
No, that was basically it. I mean,
advice.
Just bang your friend, right? What?
I mean, I guess that's the goal always, right?
No,
because I mean, as I've gotten older, I haven't had many attempted relationships, but as each one goes by, the amount of time where I'm upset about the events that transpired starts to shrink. As the first one, that shit hurt me for a year, and then it was each one it got better and better. So now where it's I know that if I attempt to do something with somebody and it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be a little off my game for about a week to 2 weeks, and then after that, life gets back to normal. I'm okay again.
Okay. I like that.
But it took those missteps and those experiences to get to this point.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, you're hurt in high school, so you can handle it better later.
Or your mid-20s, whichever.
Yeah. I don't know, because I had relationships where it's man, fuck her, I'm good. And then it was like some, like, it was like good, bad, good, bad, bad, good. Like,
But
it depends on
that's
how
how
you
it
like
is
her.
for you. But for someone with like how my mentality has always been, and it's not. I'm not saying this is right and this is how it should be. But
Yeah.
this is like the situation I've been in up to this point in my life, where in my mind, I was always lucky that the other person gave me the time of day. So when they decided to stop giving, and I know it's not right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that was what my mindset was up until now, was that, oh, this person is giving me the time of day, I'm lucky. And then when they don't want to give me the time of day anymore, that's when it would like fuck with me. But now, like, I'm changing my mentality as I do what I'm doing now to better myself. So that shouldn't be an issue as I get better. But like, I know that's why it would hurt so much before, because I would be so like shocked that this person was willing to spend time with me that I would just like become obsessed with it.
And I do get that. I've had relationships where, like, I know you guys have used this term before, but like I've never felt like oh God, like women being out of your league. I've never believed in that. I've always believed in, like, you know, shoot for the moon, land on the stars.
No.
I mean,
That's better advice than I had. I was like, mine was like, aim small, miss small.
oh no, like I'm always
Find the one salmon that can't make the jump in the river.
like I've always
You
been,
get sick, bear.
I've always been the type of guys like, you know, I know my looks isn't gonna hook everyone in, but I know I got a good personality, and then if I get to fuck them, then I know I got them. That was always my thought. I don't think that way anymore. You know, that was a young man's bravado. But and not to mention, I got some good shit in my refrigerator. Like if I end up, you know, getting to stay the night, well, I'm gonna go. Well, I do got some vegetable lasagna in the refrigerator too. Oh, then I got like a shit ton of DVDs and Blu-ray, and then before you know it, she asked him to move in.
I must have admitted the power of like food and drink.
And penis.
All right.
I
Now,
never underestimated that power.
here,
And you should pick up on
Tom?
this. Dove. Always have us send a dove for the ladies at the house.
here is the advice that I did give my kid.
Oh yeah, I forgot this is about kids.
It's all good. It's all good. So first and foremost, the first conversation we had about ladies was when he went to his first school dance, 6th grade. I asked him, "Hey, did you ask somebody to dance?" He goes, "Yes." And what happened? She said, "No." How do you feel about that? It's okay. You sure? He goes, "Yeah." I go, "It's cool. I'm glad you asked. I'm also glad you're okay with her saying no." Sometimes they're gonna say no. Sometimes they say yes. We keep it moving. This is more than 3 years later now, and here we are for this new stage. And I'm like, I talked to your uncles today. Here's some advice they share with me that I want to share with you. I also got some stuff I want to share with you. So I lay these things out to him. I go, I'm not trying to talk grease about this girl. She's sweet and everything's cool, but the reality of it is she's older than you. She is a year up on you in school, and she goes to a different school than you. This is probably brief and for the summer. Don't be mad about that. Sometimes a little summer, and I said summer love, and I go, don't laugh at that. I know it's not love, but I go, that's how we describe it. It's kind of could be. He really was like real cool about it. Is one of the greatest things you'll ever have in your fucking life, and it's cool about that shit. I go, but
LFO wrote a whole entire song about it.
but
Summer Girls.
I go, no.
It's a shit ton of songs about summer romance.
But I told him, I go, you know, you from a different school than I am. Y'all have social media, y'all have phones and stuff. Maybe y'all can make something happen. But I'm saying, don't depend on what happening. I go, you got band camp about to start up again. Any number of things can happen. So I tried to just like lay that out for him. I said,
Did you tell him to keep his options open?
I did, and,
Right.
and so in fact, that was the point. That was the whole band camp thing. I tell him, I said, in fact, who knows? You might come across somebody that you like. She might come across somebody she like. Don't worry about it. I go, but here's the deal. These are family friends, which means she probably gonna come through the house every now and again. And if y'all not, you know, together no more, you have to be okay with this girl who used to be something to you not being something to you anymore. Y'all just being cool. Do you think you can handle that? And I know that's huge. That's asking of him to do things
That's
some
a
men
lot.
can't do. And that is be cool with, you know what I'm saying, an ex, I guess, if we phrase it that way. And he seems to understand the notion of it. I don't know if he can actually do it. And I'm not saying he has to do it. I'm just saying, I told him, I was like, explain to him, like, this is the possibility. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I noticed you when you were hanging out with her Monday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of was like wrestling around and stuff like that there. And it was so clear that you wanted to just touch her. I know what it was. They were like fighting, playing with balloons and stuff like that. You see the girl he's beat with the balloons?
Yes.
That's the girl.
Okay.
And I know that feeling because that is the beginning of how you feel when you're like, you just like, you know, what you want to do with your mind. You're like, I just want to be next to this person. I just want to touch this person. But at the same time, you feel weird and slightly embarrassed because you're around people. And I go, do not be embarrassed about that shit. It is okay to have that kind of, to just want to, you know what I'm saying, if you like somebody, to just want to, you know, hold their hand or whatever, and that's perfectly fine. I said, I get it. It feels weird because it's like my parents are here, her folks is here, and it all feels weird. But I'm like, try to shove past that because I don't want you ever feeling embarrassed because you enjoy someone's company. Because it's cool to be. It's okay to like to hang out with somebody, and don't be feeling weird about that shit. And what else I tell him? I told him, I was like, it's cool, you can hang in your room right now. I said, I have no experience with you, but if I come through, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming through, so don't be wilding. and I think he gets the gist of that. You know what I'm saying, I don't have an expectation my son is going to be like, you know, my son is 14, he'll be 15 later this year. The girl just turned 15, like maybe a week before they started hanging out. So they're the same year, but like I said, she's just old enough that she is a grade ahead of him and so forth. And they like I said, they seem to have a good vibe going. So again, I told them all the other advice I'm saying about how, you know what I'm saying, other girls out there, this might just be a summer thing, all those things. And the results of this are they came and hung out Saturday or Sunday, I can't recall. And I'm like, just go upstairs, go watch YouTube. I say, I can already tell y'all just want to hang out and not bother with us. Your sister went to bed already because it was like 7, 8:30, something like that. And it was
Lily, you don't know when you're playing for sleep.
She is so regimented and so whatever. So yeah, she going to bed at about 8:30. It just is what it is, and it has been that way since she was an itty bitty thing. And so we hang out with her mom and just bullshitting and chatting and so forth. And it's getting later, and I'm just like, all right, let me go collect this boy so I can carry my ass to bed. I got work in the morning. And I go knock on his door. I always knock on his door, just a respectful thing. I always wait for him to say, open the door. And he does. I open the door, and they're just kind of sitting together. Like, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like, not Indian style, but kind of one leg Indian style. She kind of just leaning back on him, and they're just leaning back on his dresser, watching YouTube, or they're just watching anime. But
Anime, the sexiest cartoon.
But no one leapt up in fear or like, oh God, I'm whatever. And I'm like, I feel like you took that to heart. The thing I told you about, don't be embarrassed about touching somebody or being okay. It's okay to do that, and there's nothing to be weird about or strange about.
Because Xander's on the pill, right?
It's just more like no, but I am going to get him that HPV shot.
Careful making jokes. I learned that much.
So I was very proud of that. I was very proud to see like that something so of all the things I told my son, and of course I'm probably missing tons of pieces of it. My hope is that simply some of it is in his head, and then one day when it's necessary or needed, his brain reaches out, grabs, and says, "Oh, I know what to do in this situation." A lot of it's probably just like it's probably embarrassing as shit to have a conversation with your old man about romance and all that good things, especially when you're that young. Mm-hmm. But I hope he heard it a little bit, and his brain heard it a little bit, and when he comes across it, when the time comes, that it may not be all the way there. It's a little bit there, and all of a sudden he's in his head like, oh, I know what to do in this situation, or I have an idea what to do in this situation. Maybe I can seek sage wisdom. Another thing I told him was like, dude, don't sleep on how much of a confidant your sister will be to you eventually. I go, sisters are amazing. I got a big sister. I'm telling you already, it's dope to have a sister because they have insight that you don't and you won't. And I know y'all play around and stuff like that now. Y'all have y'all little brother sister fights. I go, but one day she's gonna be somebody you gotta lean on, and don't sleep on that because sometimes you gotta lie, and you probably want to, and you're gonna need your sister in your pocket to be like, oh yeah, he said they was going to get some pizza or something. because it's gonna be that way. And I realize it's weird to teach my kid the game, but I just want him to be aware of how dependable a sibling can be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I want to put that in his head and his heart too. I don't know. They seem to do okay. They text regularly. They chat on Humble. If her mom is so inclined, she brings through. She live up the way. She live in Rocky Road when we live at Lakewood. So, a city's distance might as well be. It might as well be the other side of the goddamn moon.
Drive, right?
Yeah, and but it's interesting. And then he's like, yeah, I like her, and so forth. And he went to that same night. He was like, can I go spend the night at my dude's house? And I was like, yeah, you straight, man. Go ahead. And he came, hugged me, and dipped. I'm like, hold on. You talking about shit? Oh yeah, we going over here, blah blah. And I'm like, all right, man, bye. And I'm like, the next day, I'm like, you tell your boys about it? He goes, yeah. What they think? They're all right. I told them I like her and shit like that there, and they cool with it. I'm like, all right, man. That's that. So he's already showing a bit of maturity that I just didn't have at that age.
I didn't have it either.
But I also didn't have a dad in my life. And my father, like I said, as y'all know, listeners, lived in like a whole other state and just wasn't there to talk to me. My mama a minister. She was all churchy. Let's be real. She wasn't gonna put your boy on in no game. So I was alone to kind of manage that myself, which is why I'm like, what would I, right? It's why I asked y'all, it's why the whole premise of this country, what would y'all have wanted? I asked that question because I didn't have that. And so I wanted to make sure my kid did have it. And I hope he has it now. And I told him again, I go, see, I told you a long time ago, he's gonna have this conversation. The next step's gonna be another conversation. Because it's gonna have to come in these little steps. When we get there, we gotta talk about it. And so I like the notion that live in the moment. I want to pass that little information on because that's solid advice in this life to all of us. Be more present. Don't sleep on that ideal, man. Sometimes right now is all you got. So be more present in all y'all functions in your lives.
In general, that's a good way.
Yeah, because that shit is so real. Because we always be future casting, and you miss shit sometimes when you do that. When you constantly looking off at the horizon, there's some shit right here in front of you. That's how you end up stepping in dog shit. Don't do that to yourself. Kind of be just saying, kind of be like real. Be here a little bit too as you look off into the horizon. And like I said, that's as always solid advice. As always, I come to my men's for this shit because they guide me through my adulthood, and I hope we all guide each other through it as well. Yeah, it's about that time. So this has been Stay Scratchy Book episode 258. I say that to myself a second time so that I'm sure of it. I am sure of it because I know what we recorded last. You actually get this episode tomorrow. We should say something poignant and topical right now that like, holy shit, this happened. These Oreos just released in stores yesterday. That's how new these is.
Beyonce smacked the shit out of Jay-Z at this concert.
Donald Trump's an asshole.
Well, yeah,
That's everything. But somebody did destroy his Walk of Fame star again.
And I mean, murked that bitch. Like
they sledgehammer that shit?
Pickaxe.
I've been saying that someone should do that. No, I haven't been saying on this podcast. Don't fucking look, people. Not everything's Twitter and podcasts. I've been saying it. Trust me.
I didn't go when I was in Florida. I didn't go into Ripley's Believe It or Not because they had the Trump like wax figure in there. I was gonna pay, but I decided not to go in there at all. But I was like, I'm okay.
I would have grabbed another wax figure sword and beheaded.
Well, no, it was like outside of the thing.
You could have put yourself on Instagram holding the wax head and then fuck with Barron Trump again.
No, like I don't.
Got there with a magnifying glass.
I don't like Trump jokes. I don't think nothing's funny about him at all. Like I just don't fuck around when it comes to that dude.
It's a dark humor I get from it. I have to keep him crying.
Yeah,
I know there's a 70s cartoon character who thinks it's all funny. I'll have to have a talk with him.
Sure. Did you tell a teacher you trust?
I think I need to.
It's a very conservative assessment.
That is Tatum 216. That is Lunchbox 2099. This is the real ODP, and I am Tayrell 713. You have just been podcast too, and I know you loved it.
We tried.
Peace.
I quit.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.